What is up, y'all? This is Rainbow Fire the Unicorn. Knows the last unicorn. I'm making this video to talk about something that I discovered and I kind of want to talk about, okay? This new DJ I want to talk about that I discovered from a person in VR chat. So there is this DJ called Horsegiirl. Now you're looking at a picture of Horsegiirl on my iPhone. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of 8-track tapes. I like it. Now, the reason you're looking at a bunch of 8-track tapes, I'm into a lot of music genres, you know what I mean? I like all types of music. Anything on cassettes, reel-to-reels, 8-tracks, CDs, you name it. I'm into any physical media of music, even streaming it, you know? And I discovered Horsegiirl from a friend on VR chat. I went to go on VR chat the other day and my friend asked me, he's like, hey, do you still like horses? I'm like, of course I do. I was like, I always loved horses when I was a kid. And, well, you guys know me. No, I used to work with horses. He's like, oh, okay. Because I told him I used to work with horses back then. And, he's like, did you ever hear about Horsegiirl? And I'm like, no. He's like, I was like, yeah, I'm into DJ music, like rave and stuff. So, as I was, talking to my friend, he's like, check out Horsegiirl. So we're in VR chat, he plays it, and sure enough, I was hooked. I was hooked. Not because she was a horse, but the music. Oh my God. Now, this goes out, this is basically kind of a shout out to Horsegiirl, all right? Because I just I want to get my experience of her music, what I like about her music, all right? Now, Horsegiirl, I've been listening to her music for about, I think 3 or 4 days now. I just started listening to it like a week. Now, yeah, I discovered it last Monday. So, yeah, I discovered Horsegiirl on Monday, and my friend is like, hey, you should listen to Horsegiirl. If you're into techno music, that you should get into that kind of stuff. He's like, you should get into that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah. So, what happened was, my friend, we watched it on YouTube. We watched a couple of videos on YouTube about Horsegiirl, and the music was very good. Very good. Now, I don't know. Now, if you're into dubstep music like rave, techno, like another DJ, I will tell you to listen to. DJ Testo, he's been around for years, from the early 2000s, and then you have DJ Mad Dog. Now, DJ Mad Dog is not like Horsegiirl. DJ Mad Dog is a hardcore rage. He's like, boom, 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 boom. Like his music is constantly, boom, 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 boom. Where Horsegiirl's music is like, dun 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 dun. That's what her music is. There's actually a song called My Little Pony. No, it's called My White Ponies Running Around with My Little White Ponies Gonna Get Down. It just goes bum, 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 bum. And that's the music I'm into. It's playing in my head right now. Because I've been listening to that music constantly. I played Horsegiirl's music on repeat, I think like 12 times. Okay? I played that music on repeat 12 times probably, and it's a pretty good, damn good song. But like I said, the reason I'm making this video is because, now, you're wondering, why is this girl wearing a horse mask? Okay? Now, that's probably your thinking. Why is this girl wearing a horse mask? Well, I did some research on this. And the reason this girl wears a horse mask is number one, she's hiding her identity. She doesn't want people to find out who she is in real life. And I don't freaking blame her. I don't blame her. If I was a hardcore DJ and being famous and you want to hide your identity, heck, I'd rather wear I don't know. I mean, well, I like unicorns. I mean, most likely be an anthro unicorn, whatever. You know what I mean? Or a dragon. But yeah, I mean, like, if you were a DJ, I would have done the same dang thing too. So that's what a lot of people are getting a little bit on to horse girl about that. It's like, why you as a horse? You know, I mean, it's a cool identity, and it's not just because she's a horse that I like this DJ. I love her music is because I might get a little not emotional but nostalgic. Okay, you gotta see, you gotta you gotta look it through my eyes. Okay, you gotta look it through my eyes. When I was a kid in the '90s, I grew up listening to a lot of rock and roll and stuff like that. But when I went to middle school back in the early 2000s and stuff, I remember a lot of techno music I grew up with. Now, I was into DJ. Now, back when I was in high school, I used to listen to a CD called Drums and Bass. Now, Drums and Bass was like a techno band, like a techno thing, and then DJ Testo came along, and I discovered DJ Testo from DJ Testo, Sandstorm, many other of his music I discovered when I was in high school, and I loved his music. Now, when it comes to dubstep, like Horsegiirl's music, I discovered dubstep right around 2010 or 2016, back when the Brony community was making a lot of dubstep music with the My Little Pony franchise. And back then, they made a lot of dubstep music way back, and that's what it was. Like DJ Palm 3, DJ Pony. The music was kick ass at the time, and that's what it was. But the reason I get a little nostalgic with Horsegiirl is because Horsegiirl's music reminds me of the 90s techno. Now, back then, I used to be a huge thing into techno, like, what is love, baby, don't hurt me. And then you got, hey, yo, Captain Jack, hey, yo, Captain Jack, bring me back to the rainbow track. Remember that shit? Remember that? Captain Jack? And then you had, I can't get no sleep. Boom, 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 boom. And that's basically Horsegiirl. Horsegiirl is basically take the rave music from this decade, dubstep, and remix it to the 90s. That's Horsegiirl. That is Horsegiirl. As a millennial, I grew up with a lot of music that I loved and I loved dearly. You gotta think, I grew up with techno stuff. I grew up with tons of music that I grew up with. Now, I'm already getting nostalgic just talking about this stuff. But it's like, I grew up at a time when music was great, was new. Now back then, back then I got into rap and I got into rock and rap. Well, first I got into rock, but then rap started coming along, and then I got into that. But let's get back to Horsegiirl. So the reason Horsegiirl's music is really good is because it reminds me of the '90s techno. It reminds me of the '90s pop, you know. And I grew up with that stuff. And I mean, the way that Horsegiirl, I mean, I don't know how old she is, the DJ is, But she probably grew up with the music that I grew up with back in the 90s, the 2000s, and techno. Now, I don't know where I do not know where Horse Girl started from. I'm guessing it's the UK. I might be wrong on that. So this, and the thing is, I'm surprised I didn't even discover this. That's the thing I was shocked about this, okay? Because I look up a bunch of horse pictures, 'cause I like drawing horses and stuff, and I type in horse DJ sometimes in the search bar. And I'm surprised this never came up. Why? And I think I know why. Horse Girl became popular from TikTok. And I think that's why. TikTok introduced us to so much music. That's the beauty of TikTok. If you want to be a good artist or make music, TikTok is the way to go big. You know what I mean? If you want to be a good artist. And I think Horse Girl, I might be wrong on this, okay? Because look up Horse Girl's history. She started from, I think because I did some research when I was at the college about Horse Girl. I think she started from TikTok, just from doing remix DJ music. Heck, I mean, if you love remixing that music, go for it. You know what I mean? But I'm really happy I found a new generation of music that I love. And I found new artists, you know? It's like I discovered Tom McDonald back in, I think it was last year. No, the year before that. I discovered Tom McDonald from my neighbor. Tom McDonald is a rapper. He sings a bunch of rap music. Where Horse Girl, she's in the DJ. Like I discovered this. If it wasn't for my best friend in VR chat, I wasn't even going to play VR chat that day. If it wasn't for my friend in VR chat that said, hey, you still like horses? I'm like, yeah. He's like, did you check out Horse Girl? I'm like, who the hell is Horse Girl? And then he played the music and then, bam, I was hooked, you know? But yeah, this is basically kind of a shout out to Horse Girl. Horse Girl, if you're listening to this, I doubt you will, because I doubt you would never see this, because you're always busy, you know? But you never know. But Horse Girl, if you do discover this video, I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. As a guy that loves horses, that worked with horses, that loves horses to death, I'm surprised I didn't discover you. I will say I loved your music. Your music is great. It takes me back from the 90s, the 2000s, and it reminds me of the days that I played a bunch of techno music on my CDs and cassettes, and you know. But yeah, Horse Girl is a really good musician, DJ. If you want to check her out, she's on, I think she's on iTunes too, and on streaming services. But she is on YouTube. If you type up Horse Girl, she's been releasing some albums. I know she's on TikTok a lot, so you can check her out there. But I wish I could go to one of her concerts, but I'm not flying that far to go see a raised person on, you know, because you know me, I hate flying. But yeah, well, speaking of flying, I gotta fly this year. I'll tell you about that later on. But yeah, I really have nothing else to say about Horse Girl. But just to end this off, just to say to Horse Girl, I love your music. It is great. I'm really happy that I discovered you. And keep on rocking hard. Keep on cranking up that bass. Oh, Horse Girl, more bass, more thump. That's all I like about your music. The bass boost, anything with bass, I love it. Anything that can rattle those windows and shake those windows with 10,000 watt subs. But yeah. Anyway, but this is my talk about Horse Girl. Check her out. She's really good DJ, and Check out DJ Tester too, and the other people I mentioned, like Tom McDonald, the rapper. He's good too. But yeah, that's it, guys. Peace out. Peace.